Hi everyone, Mr. H here. This is part 3 and last of chapter 1.3 Organizational Objectives. In our last video, we talked about the different factors that would influence changes in the objectives of a business, both internal and external. We also talked about the importance of setting ethical objectives and the importance of following specific CSR policies in our business. Now we're going to present and explain two important planning tools. Number one is the SWOT analysis. This is a very well-known planning tool. Okay, it's a tool to evaluate and analyze a business internally and externally. This is a very common tool that will help us assess what's going on inside of a business, to take a look at what's going on inside, and also take a look at what's happening outside. The SWOT analysis is initially a chart that is divided into four quadrants. The first row, okay, is focused on the internal aspects. So it's about what's happening inside the business, the strengths of the business, and the weaknesses. The second row takes a look at what's going on outside of the business. So the opportunities that might be positive for the growth of the business, and also the threats that might be a problem, an external problem for the business. Okay, so internal, external, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Let's take a look at each of them. The strengths are basically things the business does which it is effective at. Okay, things the business does well, things for which the business is very well known for, things that make the business profitable, that make money, things that generate a good reputation, things that lead to confidence in the market, that cause customers to come back. I mean, what's that makes customers to come back to your business? And that cause competitors to try to learn from the business. Okay, so everything that is positive the business does, okay, everything that is positive that happens inside of the business is our strengths, relationship between workers, processes, operations, um, strategies they follow, good practices, everything that happens within your business that is positive goes here. On the other quadrant, the weaknesses are things the business does badly or poorly, things the business is ineffective at, or things the business things for which the business has a poor reputation. Okay. Um, Also, specific aspects that happen within the business, like losses or hardships happening inside, or disputes between workers and bosses, or bosses, grievances and complaints, things that are happening inside that would be affecting the proper or effective operation and development of your business activities. So everything that happens inside that is wrong goes as your weaknesses as a business. Okay, strengths and weaknesses. Now let's take a look at what's external, what's happening outside. We have the opportunities. The opportunities are basically a list of the external events or circumstances that could favor or facilitate the success of the organization. So anything relevant that is happening outside the business that would become a opportunity for growth, for expansion, for more profit. All those opportunities must be taken into account and mentioned here. The threats, on the other hand, are also like the opportunities, external events or circumstances, but they can threaten the performance of the business either from competitors or any other external factors: economical, social, technological, environmental, ethical, any external factor that might become a problem for your business. Okay, so this is a quick view at what's going on inside and what's going on outside the business that might be positive or negative. Regularly, we usually write bullets here as a list of different facts or factors, positive and negative inside, positive and negative outside. But the SWOT analysis doesn't end there. Actually, the real analysis happens when we take a look at connections between the strengths and the threats and opportunities, and the weaknesses and the opportunities and threats. So when we make connections between the quadrants, then the analysis starts. So, for example, we can find some opportunities for which the business is already prepared. So there are strengths that are ready for specific opportunities. And then we can set up growth strategies or propose growth strategies. We may also have strengths that are ready to fight specific threats that are outside the business. So we set up diffusing strategies. Okay, so we use the strengths to diffuse the threats. We can have weaknesses that must be taken care in order to take advantage of a specific opportunity. So we set reorientation strategies. And finally, we can have weaknesses we have to take care before or in order to cope with coming threats. So we set up defensive strategies. So it is important for a SWOT analysis to be effective that we don't just write a number of facts and bullets and factors here, but we have to take a look at how these connect in order to set then specific specific strategies and make decisions about what to do to cope with this evaluation of the business and the external environment. So this is the SWOT analysis, and is the very first basic tool we have to learn and use to analyze the business. The second tool I want to present in this video is the Ansoff matrix. The Ansoff matrix was designed by the famous mathematician and business manager Igor Ansoff in the late 1950s. Okay, and this is a tool also to plan growth strategies, but based on the market and your products. So based on the markets you are targeting and based on the products you are making or the service you are providing. So it looks at growth potential. It looks at where are your best possibilities or chances for growth depending on the market and the product. It is a chart like the previous, like the SWOT, but is focused on 4 specific strategies. These are the 4 strategies, the ones you are seeing here. And they depend on how you want to manage or handle the market, and how you want to deal with the market, and how you want to deal with the products. Okay, so number 1, if you want to grow just by increasing your market share, it means if you want to grow just by selling more of the same products you already have in the same market, but to more people of the same market. That's what it means, increasing the market share, selling more products or selling to more people in the same market, okay, to the same group of people, to the same type of people in the same market. That is called market penetration. Okay, market penetration is then I just keep selling the same things to in the same market. Okay, I just want to increase my sales there. Is the safest actually possibility or strategy. It's safer, but check out competitors and growth potential, because competitors might find other ways or grow in different ways. So you gotta take a look at what's going on outside. And obviously, this type of strategy is relying mostly on promoting brand loyalty, on getting more customers buying your product in that same market, that same product. A riskier possibility is market development, is growth by looking for new markets or new market segments than in the existing market. So it's looking for new spaces to sell the same product or the same set of products. Okay, so you just try to open 2 different markets than the ones you already have. Okay, it's a riskier. You need to do some market research to understand the new markets and then sell. And you have to check out for different approaches and for different distribution channels, because different markets will require different approaches and will require different strategies and different ways to distribute your products. Okay, So this is why it is riskier. Another possibility is a product development. In this case, you don't go to a new market. Instead, you create a new product or an upgraded or modified versions of the products you already have in the same market. So you stay in the market, but offer new products or a variation of the products you already have. Also is riskier. It would also require market research to find out whether your product, your new product, or your modification will sell. There will be an additional cost on research and development of the new products. Okay, so you have to consider that this will be costly too. And a key factor for being successful at product development is that you have to be the first mover. You have to get the first mover advantage, which means you have to be the first business between all competitors, among all competitors, to move and propose the new product. Okay, so that's your advantage. Finally, we have the riskiest, which is diversification, is basically preparing a new set of products or a new product for a different market. Okay, so you have to understand a new market. This is why it is riskiest, and you also have to test the new product. So you have to make two moves: understand the market and test the product. Then there will be more market research and testing to make sure that cost, prices, and everything will be okay for your new product in the new market. And obviously, something you have to keep an eye on is competitors, because new markets, consider that those new markets will also have some other businesses working on them. Then it is very important to take a look at that before making this move. So this is a bigger move. So this matrix will allow you to make a proper choice on how to grow in terms of the market and the product, whether you want to go to new markets or whether you want to make new products, or both at the same time, or just stay safely on growing your market share in the market you already know with the products you also already know. Okay, so these were the two important planning tools I wanted to share with you: this SWOT analysis and the Ansoff matrix. And this is it for chapter 1.3, and that's all.